Il y a un enjeu. On est toujours dans la catégorie Master. Moins de 2200 Elo. Et le titre de champion du monde est en jeu sur cette catégorie. Ouais, attends, j'ai pas bien entendu. Le titre de champion du monde est en jeu sur cette catégorie. Ok. S'il vous plaît, c'est une légende du chessboxing. C'est un pionnier du chessboxing. Il a 41 ans. Il nous vient du Pays de Galles. 83 kilos, 1m82, 2269 vélos. Métier coach d'échecs. 9 combats, 9 victoires. Ce soir, il jouera les blancs. Du bruit pour Carl Strugnell. Le cabaret sauvage, Carl Strugnell.
Strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If it's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Le cabaret sauvage.
I ain't afraid of no
Voici sur le
ghosts.
ring, Carl Strugnell.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you see him
Ouais. Ok, je vous rappelle. On joue pour le titre de champion du monde. Paul, tu nous remets une pression toute particulière. Il a 26 ans. Il est champion du monde 2019 à Antalya en Turquie. Il nous vient du Chessboxing Club d'Angers. C'est un Français. 81 kilos. 1m87. 2080 Elo. Son métier, c'est la bagarre. On le surnomme le Spartiate. 3 combats, 3 victoires. Ce soir, il jouera les Noirs pour le titre de champion du monde. Du bruit pour Jules-Alois, Julien. Le cabaret. Voici Jules-Alois, Julien. Mesdames, messieurs, le cabaret sauvage pour le titre de champion du monde. Est-ce que vous êtes prêts pour ce 4e et dernier combat de la soirée? Est-ce que vous êtes prêts? C'est parti!
Chessboxing history right now. Not only because this is one of the biggest matches to ever happen on French soil, but also because one of these undefeated records will end tonight. So already sitting down at the board, headphones going on. The chess round is about to begin. And we are sure to see some high-level chess in this match. So I was just telling the viewers, both of these fighters are undefeated. one of their undefeated records will end tonight. Carl represents old guard. He has been active for over 10 years. He fought the founder of chess boxing. And they are moving very, very quick to start this game out.
Oh my gosh, 22-89. I am 69. And he's chess coach. Wow.
And he is fighting Jules, who has a rating of 2070. So not a pushover on the chessboard at all.
Okay, we already
and
have
much
the
younger.
game. We already see the game.
And the game is underway, so it was an E4 opening.
E4, and there you have the rook on B1. What is this with this rook B1? It's all the time here. Oh, this H4.
Very aggressive
really
with the
love
H-pawn.
This move. I really love this move. Oh, going for the attack. Going for attack immediately. White doesn't care. White doesn't care. Okay. If I were allowed to roast the coach, then I would use my chance right here, because White does not develop their position. Look at the bishop on F1. Look at the bishop on C1. They're both at the final position. They haven't moved yet, and the king is in the center. I would love to challenge that, coach.
Well, maybe that could happen. There's a long night of drinking and probably more chess games ahead of us. But for the time being, like you said, Carl is a chess coach. He has a chess camp. If you want to learn from Carl, the 24th through the 29th of October, there are still spots available. It is in Belgrade, Serbia, and he serves multiple languages: English, Serbian, French, and Russian. And you can find more information about that at chessmagic.com, chess-magic.com. But let's get back to the action on the chessboard. So we see that H-pawn continue to advance and now taking out.
Yeah, I really like that bishop G4. I really like that bishop G4.
Okay.
Bishop G4.
Why do you like it?
Yeah, and you can see that they right now White opened the H file, but how can White use the H file? There is absolutely no other piece apart from the rook that can get there. So there is actually it's a fake aggression, you know. It's like it seems dangerous, but actually there is no danger at all for Black right now.
And Jules is keeping his composure. He's still developing pieces. He has that bishop pinning the knight to the queen. That pin stays even with that queen move. So very interesting to see. And it looks like it's going to be very difficult for White to castle. He's already moved his A rook, and he has a bishop blocking the other direction, and he's already gotten rid of one of the pawns. So it's interesting to see.
Yeah, all right, I do see what White is trying to do, queen e3, with the idea to put queen on g5 and then queen on h4. And in that case, there would be a threat, queen h7. But you know, it's like White needs 3 moves to create that threat, while Black has only 1 move, rook f8 to e8, and there is absolutely no checkmate.
And there's the bell, ladies and gentlemen. The first round is over. Chess is in the bag, and we have 1 minute for each fighter to go to their corner, get their mouthpiece in, strap up their gloves, and get to work in the boxing ring. So real quick, before we shift gears to boxing, how would you say the chess game is going so far? Does anyone have an advantage?
I'm very, very much impressed with the play of Jules. I think for someone who is 200 points lower than his opponent, he has done an impressive job. And if I were to evaluate that position, I would say that Black is so much better. I would say that Black is the one who is 22-69. So wow. Big congratulations on Jules. So far, he's done an amazing job. And he's playing really, really solid. I really love that. And he also seems confident.
Oh, yeah. Great to know that Black is going into this first boxing round with an advantage. Let's see how this boxing round turns out, what comes to light as White, from a disadvantaged position, comes in. A lot more boxing experience for White, coming mostly from age. The 26-year-old in the black corner, Jules, very long fighter. And I love to see Carl's energy, egging on the French crowd, coming from Wales. So he's a Welsh fighter behind enemy lines, and Jules fighting for France on his home turf.
Okay,
Jules.
let's go.
Ooh, wow. 2 inside hooks, landing the body into the head early for Carl, and then wrapping up his opponent. So So a little bit of a early separation from the ref, letting him know not to wrap up like that and hold on to each other. He wants to see more action, less wrapping up. Some good shots landed by Carl as he evaded the really busy attacks. And Jules potentially showing some of his youth and some of his inexperience, coming out very, very fast. He's throwing a lot of shots. Not a lot of them are landing yet. And a lot of counters are landing for Carl. I would definitely give the advantage to Carl so far in this boxing round. He is holding on to that lead hand. You see some of Carl's experience coming through with moves like that, where he's holding on to that hand, frustrating his opponent, keeping his guard up, sapping some of the energy from the younger fighter in Jules.
To me, every single boxing match seems more and more tense with the way we advance in the matchups today.
Absolutely, yeah. These are two of some of the best chess boxers in the world. Again, both undefeated. Carl with 7 official chess boxing matches at 7-0, and 2 exhibitions against the founder of London Chess Boxing and the founder of Chess Boxing Global. Well, I love to see Carl going to the body in the early rounds. I love to see that right hook to the body. He's landed it a few times already. And those body shots, you don't feel much in the early rounds, but you feel them later. It's like thinking moves ahead in chess. You know you're doing damage and slowing down your opponent later, even if there is an advantage right now. Another really good slip. Anytime you miss a punch in boxing, you waste a lot of energy. You throw a big shot, and your body has to recover after that shot. So it's almost like you're taking a punch yourself. So Jules landing a few shots with Carl in the corner here right over us. We got a front row seat to the action. It's one of the benefits of commentating, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got all the experience.
And we're also in the splash zone. Have you gotten hit it with any sweat yet?
Yeah. That's the best part of it, you know.
Oh yeah. A jab lands to the body for Carl that he wraps up. So we are most of the way through this first boxing round. Looks like both fighters seeing some fatigue, breathing heavy, a lot of sweat pouring, but still a lot of power shots, a lot of quickness landing. So definitely the aggressor, the French fighter Jules, but I think winning most of the exchanges is Carl.
Wow, this is
almost
so
to the end
intense.
of this boxing round. There's the bell. The ref steps in for the action, and we are back to the chessboard, going into the ring, going into the third round. We have Carl versus Jules, white versus black, Wales versus France. So as we prepare for this chess round, the fighters are taking their gloves off, spitting their mouthpieces out. The chessboard is coming back into the ring. Table and stools go down first. And this is one of the most important jobs in chess boxing is moving this in and out of the ring very carefully, not to disrupt the position. We do play with DGT, smart board, so everyone in the arena can see the moves on the board on the big screen. And we're trying to set up the stream so that you can see them as well. So very interesting. Jules opting to put on a hoodie in between rounds to stay warm. Very smart.
Why is it smart?
Smart to keep your muscles warm. 3 minutes of chess followed by a minute of rest. Some fighters end up getting chilled. So like you're sweating a lot, you have a very high heart rate, and then you can completely calm down. If you stay warm, you're more ready to jump right back into boxing after. So he's going to keep his sweat up. He's going to keep his muscles warm in a way that Carl wouldn't. All right, so we're sitting back down on the board. The earphones are back in. The headphones, noise-canceling headphones are back on over them. And there's the bell. We are back into the action. The last move,
we go to
the
back
White
to
Queen
the
advancing. All right, so the clock is counting for black. And something not to be ignored in chess or in chess boxing is time advantage, and Carl definitely has time advantage here. Over 2 minutes on the clock for Carl. So in that last boxing round, I would have given the round to Carl. Carl, even though Jules was a more active fighter, Carl landed more shots. So one thing that's interesting, and another way to win in chess boxing is by time. And Carl is infamous for moving faster than his opponents and ending up getting his opponents in time trouble or even winning by time. So with over 2 minutes advantage, what role does time have in regular chess? And what do you think will happen with this match?
Yeah, so here there's first of all there is 8 minutes. 8 minutes is a lot. It's not blitz. It's way more closer to the rabbit, so they can use their time. Yeah, but
Black is coming up on 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and now you see like White is really trying to make up something for this attack, bringing the knight to g5. Okay, trying to attack the f7. I still think that Black is way better. I don't see any serious trap. Also, I really love the bishop on g4 because bishop on g4 actually controls the h3 square. So for now, there is no way White could bring their queen to the attack. There is queen g3 though. Queen g3 and queen h4. This is actually getting very spicy. And okay, maybe I need to think more about it. Oh, careful! Queen g3. There is queen takes g5. So
Carl getting the crowd into the action in the middle of a chess round. We love to see it. Raising his hands, getting excited. I think the crowd is starting to catch on to that queen g3 move, kicking the bishop out, starting to string his pieces together with both the rook, the queen, and the knight. So what do you see a line that looks troublesome for Black?
Yeah, actually I was okay. Now d3. It's very important that White finally opens up the space for the bishop on c1, and the bishop on c1 is gonna also participate in the attack. So this is getting really interesting. But at the same time, I do like the knight f6 move because knight f6 is bringing the knight to the defense. This is also great. So yeah, oh no, bishop d7, putting the bishop back. It's very passive. It's a passive move. When you're under attack, you should not put your pieces back. Okay, but once again, I do insist on the fact that even if queen comes to h4, there is absolutely no threat. There is absolutely no threat because the knight on f6 controls everything. You can see that.
Yeah, and that bishop move was getting a move ahead, so he could still maintain tempo. He knew that bishop was going to come to g3, and he was going to have to make that bishop escape at some point. Doing it a move ahead, now he gets the ball is back in his court. He has the ability to make the next move. But there we go. That felt like a very fast chess round. I don't know about you, but like there's only a few moves, and the time advantage for White really increased in that last chess round. Most of that round was spent with Black thinking about the position, seeing the threat, and White just celebrating, raising his hands, getting excited. So what I would anticipate in this round is Black being even more aggressive than the previous round. He knows that he's in a somewhat precarious position against White, and I just I love the energy that Carl is bringing, getting the crowd into it. He's yelling at his cornermen right now. He is so psyched up. He is so ready. Love to see his tenacity, his fire for competition, even later on in his chess boxing career.
You know, this is the level. Whenever players are that strong in chess, it always gets tense and complicated, and you can see that there are so few moves actually that happens.
That's right, and here we go, seconds out from the next boxing round. We are in the fourth round, the second boxing round, and already some action in the center of the ring. Nice left hook lands, and right up against the ropes. Fighting back, another right hook to the body, and right hook right up the center, catching an uppercut. And a right hand across the chin. Ooh, some great shots landed by Carl. All right, back to the action. Good slip inside from Carl. Making Jules respect his boxing, not just his chess. Another good jab, another go. Ooh, he loves that combo, man. Jab to the head, bringing the attention up top. Right hook to the body, and then right uppercut upstairs. But now Jules with a vengeance, pushing his opponent into the corner, unleashing a flurry of uppercuts, hooks, straights, chasing him into the opposite corner and still going. Now, if I was Jules, I would be very careful here. He is throwing a lot of punches. He is eating a lot of counter punches. Be careful not to burn himself out. A little separation and right back into it. That was not a standing 8 count, so it does not count as a stoppage. Round still very even. A good right hand to the body lands. Jules just not letting up at all. relentless in his aggression, relentless in his approach. And Carl still landing counter shots. He's conserving a lot of energy by keeping his guard high, letting Jules punch himself out. Even though this looks like Black is being a lot more aggressive, I would not give him the advantage right now.
Oh, Carl seems to be tired.
Yeah, there is some fatigue definitely showing on the face of Carl.
Yeah.
All right, some shots exchanged. Carl showing signs of life for sure. Another big right hand lands to the chin. Yeah, Carl's punches don't have as much fire on them as they did before. There's another right hand to the body, right uppercut that lands. Good counter punch. He goes to that combo a lot. Right hand to the body, it brings the elbow down. Right uppercut, right up the center. Once the hand left that defensive position. Another good exchange. Jules, I'm so impressed with Jules' cardio. He is coming forward with a relentless onslaught of punches, and he just keeps pushing Carl into one corner, then another corner, then back up against the ropes. He just does not stop throwing punches. We'll see if this comes to affect him in later rounds, though. We are over halfway through this match, through this round. Big right hand lands.
Carl seems absolutely exhausted.
He does.
But you know the biggest difference compared to the previous matches is that right now we're at the second boxing or third boxing?
So it's the second boxing round, which is the fourth round
and
overall.
There's absolutely nothing clear at the chessboards.
Absolutely. What a boxing round. Carl landed a lot of power shots, but the volume of shots definitely, the advantage definitely belonged to Jules. And I would give the fitness level advantage to Jules. It does look like Carl's a little bit more tired. And age could have something to do with that. You know, again, a much younger fighter, born in 1996, so 26 years old, versus someone in their 40s. You know, that is definitely something to keep in mind.
But still, 41 is an age of a fighter, and I think it's still more about the training. I mean, I might assume that's more about the training, the fitness training. I mean, look at Tom Cruise. Imagine Tom Cruise was there.
Cruise into the fray. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to make Tom Cruise play chess boxing.
let's make that happen. I would love to see that.
Okay, chess
although my money would be on Carl if he's fighting Carl in a Masters Division fight. Carl's chess, Carl's boxing is next level. All right, so we're back to the board, and again, we have a big time advantage, almost a little over 4 minutes time advantage for Carl. Black still thinking, still considering the position. So this time advantage just keeps getting steeper and steeper. We're now at 3 minutes and 30 seconds for Black and over 8 minutes for White.
Yeah,
now,
I do see some threatening ideas, something sacrificing on f7. Let's say the knight to f7, rook to f7, and queen g6. Oh my god, that's actually extremely strong. Yeah, that is a threat. That is a threat, my friends. It's still hard to evaluate the position right after, but seems like 2 pawns are more than enough for a piece and the attack right there. So yes. Okay, so Black needs to do something to defend. Okay, where is the transmission? Where is the transmission of the moves?
So
something's happening on the chessboard. We don't see what it is.
I don't know. I know it's an important moment in this game. I know it's an important position, but for Jules to be now under 3 minutes, it's pretty amazing.
Queen h4. I do see queen h4. We do not have it. Yeah, we do not have the position. Okay, there is a queen h4. Like, okay.
Okay, so we do have the position overhead now.
Okay, let's try to read what's going on. What's going on there? Queen h4.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense here.
Okay.
So we have the queen lined up with the rook, a powerful battery on the h file. We have the bishop defending both the h8 and the h6 square. And But the H7 square is a threat, right?
Yes,
we have the knight
yes.
facing it, we have the queen facing it, we have the rook facing it. So what do you see? Is there an escape for black here?
Is there an escape for black? I do see that there is a piece on d3. I'm wondering what is this piece. I do believe it's a queen. It seems like a queen. Okay, one thing I do know, has been still absolutely no sacrifice on f7. That's a good thing. And I see how Carl is sweating. And it seems like he's actually... I mean, he's actually... I do have my... Okay, he's hesitating. You see, okay, he moved the piece on the c2. It must be a bishop. Something took on c3, queen took c3, rook f1, or is it queen f1? Oh, it's a king f1. It's a king f1. King f1. Once again, I do insist on the fact there is absolutely no threat for black right now, because even those two pieces are standing on h4 and then h1, knight is defending everything. Knight defends the h7 square and bishop defends the g8 square, and that's
there we have it. Another chess round that went by with not too much action. A lot of that time was spent again with black thinking, and which really worries me for black. Go ahead. What really worries me for black is if Carl is able to survive this boxing round, he's coming back to a very favorable position. He's in a really aggressive spot with his pieces, aiming at the black king, and he has the massive time advantage. So we'll see what happens in this boxing round. But again, if it gets to the next chess round, I like White's chances. Both fighters getting laced up, the boxing gloves coming back on. Again, if you're looking for chess instruction, Carl is hosting a camp that you can learn more about at chess-magic.com. And if you want to create a profile to find more opportunities in the chess world, go to outpostchess.com. Outpostchess.com, you'll be able to create a profile, upload your CV, upload what kind of opportunities you're looking for, and get found in the chess world. But there we go. We have the bell. Both fighters coming to the center of the squared circle, the center of the ring. And we are back in action. Oh, big right hand lands early for Carl. Another right hand, this time blocked. Jules just slamming on the rib cage of Carl with those right hooks. Carl landing another right hand upstairs. He's finding a lot of success with that overhand right. Jules putting a lot of power into his shots, still not looking to tire. A good inside punch lands for Carl, keeping his opponent at bay. Ooh, big swings missing for Jules. Good defensive motion by Carl. Great shots for Carl landing. Excellent blocks with both the forearm and the elbow. It hurts when you hit a bone. And a right hook landing for Jules, right across the chin. Maybe a little message from the referee. I didn't quite see it. What that message was about. That caution. Right hand lands over the top. Looks like there's some confusion if the ref was separating. And some good sportsmanship from both Jules and Carl. Right hand to the rib and right uppercut for Carl. Again, his favorite combo of the match. Needs to keep that right hand up. I see that right hand coming down. One of the first things that happens for boxers. When they get tired, the hands start dropping. When the hands drop, more opportunities to land a big punch come in. So let's see if Jules can capitalize on that. Jules getting caught up in the moment. Stoppage comes in. Standing 8 count. And Jules showing his fitness level. He might be frozen. Showing his fitness level, showing his relentless attack. Changing his angle for boxing. And Jules really taking to boxing. He trains 2 or 3 times a day. He is investing to fund his chess boxing training, and that is paying off for him clearly, both as an investor and as an aspiring chess boxer. He is really showing his worth in this chess boxing main event in Paris, France. Big shots being exchanged for both fighters, and there we have it. Carl surviving the round. Jules clearly having the advantage in this 3rd boxing round, the 6th overall. We're going into the 7th round, the 4th boxing round. And oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, what a treat to have this as a main event, to have these 2 incredible competitors going at it for our enjoyment. Brain and brawn on display, mind and body going to battle. Could not ask for a better main event here in Paris. Big shout out to the IFC, the Intellectual Fight Club, the whole team put together by Guillaume, and this incredible crowd, both tuning in from all over the world and live here in Paris. We have a packed house. I am so happy to have live events back after a 2-year hiatus. So happy to be in a packed out crowd. Carl being cheeky, putting on a little show for everyone, showing him he is not tired.
He's a real showman, isn't he?
He is indeed. I think he knows the advantage he has on the board and on the clock going into this chess round. I don't think we can see what we saw the last 2 rounds from Jules. He just cannot afford to give up that much time on the clock thinking about the position anymore. And I think that Carl sees a couple lines already. He's going to keep moving quick, keep Jules in that time trouble.
Right, so we're trying to understand what's happening on the chessboard.
The H7 move comes in.
Yeah, we do see the
knight F7.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, knight H7.
Knight H7 is a very tricky move because it actually has a threat. Knight takes F6, bishop takes F6, queen H7, king F8, and bishop H6, and nothing after there.
But he can remove the defender, the knight.
But there's an easy way to actually respond. There is just knight takes H7 and queen takes H7, and that's it. Knight takes H7 and queen takes H7 and king F8, and there is no threat. There is no threat there. You can try bishop H6, but be careful. Look at white king. White king is actually right now in a very serious danger. White king on F1. There is rook on D8. You see that rook on D8. You see the queen on C3. Queen on C3 is really strong. So once again, I do insist on the fact that it's actually has never been any serious advantage for white. Oh my god, rook D1, bishop takes C1.
Sacrificing the rook.
What is this? Queen takes C1. Oh my god, this is so impressive.
Getting the rook back and pinning the bishop.
Knight is F6, bishop takes
Check.
F6. Go. Bishop takes F6. And now queen H7. Queen H7 is the move.
Queen H7,
oh my god, 20
check.
seconds? 19 seconds.
18 seconds, 17 seconds.
15 seconds for black. Oh my goodness. Queen, no, take the bishop. No, take the bishop, check. Queen D3, queen D3, check. King G1.
Moving
bishop
very
takes,
quick
okay,
now, only
black
12
really
seconds left on the
move.
clock.
Yeah, bishop G7 is correct. Queen C1 and
moving back to defend.
Okay, black really needs to do it fast, very fast. That's incredible. Black is so low.
Abandoning
That's 5
his attack.
Seconds. Only king G8. 5 seconds. No, wait. 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Okay, we're still fine.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. This is queen D3. Okay. Rookie. Queen D2. Okay, take. Push the pawn.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, correct. Rook. You need 4 seconds.
3 seconds
this
left.
Is not enough.
This
Take
is.
the
Look at
pawn.
this chess. Look how fast they're moving.
Move. Just Queen, take rook D1. Run. No!
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
The
my
game
goodness.
is over. Carl with the victory on time. Oh my goodness, what a treat. What an incredible last minute of chess we just saw. Moving so fast. We had commentary from Dina, Grandmaster, trying to capture all the action, but that exchange was like a flurry of punches on the board. It was incredible. And here we have it. D'Amour lifting up his friend, his compatriot, Carl, the most decorated chess boxer in history to this point, still undefeated. Jules sustaining his first loss from a legend. Moving to 3-1 for Jules and 8-0 for Carl. Wow. So here we have it. Draped in his home country's flag with a dragon on it, the Welsh fighter, still champion, earning belt from IFC. And the infamous Enke Bilal coming into the ring, the comic book artist who created the art that inspired the sport, Enke Bilal, about to present the trophy to the victor, Carl, who is dancing in the ring to Ghostbusters.
See, he's not that tired after all. He's dancing on the stage.
Oh, I think he's running on adrenaline and the feeling of victory.
So he's a world champion. He's a current world champion, reigning world champion.
And he just won the title from the IFC, the Intellectual Fight Club, that happened tonight. So he's about to get a belt and a trophy. But still
That's
undefeated
impressive.
is Carl.
I do have to say he was walking on the edge in this game today. He chose a very risky strategy, but he played on the fact that his opponent was perhaps just afraid of him. Yeah, taking way too much time in the chess game. Maybe simply afraid of him.
That's right. It was a risky strategy that paid off, and I think his experience was on display. Jules took way too long to think about it. And even though he ended up finding a counterattack and in a really strong position, Carl was able to reassemble his defense and just run out time. I mean, that last flurry of chess moves made me think of a flurry of punches. And you did a great job commentating all the action at the end. But can you go back over, maybe for viewers that didn't really know what was going on, what was that last 30 seconds of chess like? And have you been in positions like that before? What was it like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I have been in many times in such positions, and what was happening is simply Black was trying to move something, just something. But it was a very big pity because the position was really, starting from the opening, the position was all the time better for Black and getting better and better. In the end, Black was really walking near the winning situation, but once again, unfortunately, the time was not there. And because of the lack of time, Black could not find the right moves and just started moving the pieces. But once again, Black was doing a fantastic job on the chessboard, and I think the biggest advice that I could give to a player playing with Black pieces would be just next time not being afraid of the rating of your opponents, not being afraid and moving faster.
Absolutely, and it's been a pleasure to call these fights alongside you. For people tuning in from the IFC side, where can they find your Twitch stream, your contact, your social media? Where can people find you?
It's twitch.tv/DeBellincaya. You can find me. It's Dina Bellincaya on social media as well, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you prefer. We have an amazing YouTube channel where we also challenge different players. I do have a match with one of the strongest players of all time in France, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, who is, by the way, right here in this hall. He's watching. He's one of the spectators. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Maxime Vachier-Lagrave is one of the spectators of this current chessboxing fight.
Love to see it. Another celebration dance and short interview to follow. But thanks for sharing your socials, where people can find you. If you want to find me, it's at Moving with Matt on socials and Moving with Matt on Twitch. I commentate fights. And here we go in the ring in French. If you want to either translate or in French.
Tu vas pas dire que je t'achète 2000 fleurs de venir maintenant, hein?
C'est
la preuve. En fait, j'avais tout un discours au cas où je perdais, parce que je voulais je voulais dire, voilà, au pire des cas, j'aurai ça. Et ce sera un luxe d'avoir rien à dire si j'ai gagné. Et le truc que j'allais dire que j'avais perdu, c'est que voilà, j'ai pas tout perdu. Enfin, si, puisque j'ai perdu 10 kilos. J'ai arrêté. Hein, 41 piges, j'ai un début de plaquette d'abdos. Hein, c'est pas mal. Bon, je pense que pendant la partie, j'ai perdu pas mal de points Elo niveau neurones. Mais ça valait le coup. En tout cas, mon message, c'est comme dans la chanson, hein, faut pas avoir peur des fantômes. Donc, je pense que ce que le chessboxing a besoin maintenant, que Guillaume est là pour organiser des super événements, c'est des participants. C'est les participants qui vont faire plus d'événements. Donc voilà, moi je suis là pour promouvoir le chessboxing, pas moi-même. Hein, donc venez, c'est un kiff. On peut se faire éclater la tronche et gagner quand même. Hein, vous avez jamais vu ça. Hein. Voilà. Merci à Jules, parce qu'il m'a jamais poussé comme ça. Pourtant, j'étais venu, je pensais que j'étais prêt. Et après, dans le ring, c'est jamais pareil que dans le sparring, quoi. Et donc ouais, hein, franchement, je n'ai pas cher de ma peau. À un moment, j'avais même envie d'arrêter. Et voilà, ça se fait pas. Ouh, la honte. Donc voilà, merci à vous, hein, vous avez été super. C'était super. Voilà. Merci. Bon, allez, on va jouer à un nouveau jeu. Qui c'est qui va me payer la première bière, hein? Et vous devez tous rester tant que vous n'avez pas passé votre tour. Voilà. Allez, bise à tout le monde.
Encore du bruit pour Carl Strugnell, s'il vous plaît. Bah en fait, tu parles trop bien français, moi je m'y attendais pas du tout. Ok, le cabaret. Quelle nuit de folie quand même, vous avez kiffé un peu ou quoi? C'est important, j'aimerais me remercier l'ensemble des équipes qui ont bossé sur tout cet événement aujourd'hui. Donc s'il vous plaît, je veux un tonnerre d'applaudissements, le Cabaret Sauvage, pour l'ensemble de nos champions, pour la Fédération Française de Chessboxing, pour le Cabaret Sauvage. Au son, c'était Radio Muse, le Quatuor Saroki, Jérémy Ellis, Guillaume, Yvan, Marion, Ninou, Seb, Ben, David, Jean, Thomas, Julien, Jeanne, Léon, Val, Matt, Lara, Jules, JB, Éloi, Enki, bien entendu, Jonathan, et le Cabaret Sauvage, des équipes, la technique, tous ceux que j'ai oublié de mentionner.
Chess boxer in history, winning yet again, keeping his undefeated record, and we'll see if he retires. No one would say he doesn't deserve it, but let's hope for all of our sakes that he continues.
Undefeated champion. That actually sounds like Magnus Carlsen.
Undefeated champion, and the only person in history to fight both the founder of Chessboxing Global and the founder